Visa. The student visa in the United Kingdom is sponsored by the institution where the student will be studying. To study in the United Kingdom, international students require a visa. A student visa is required for students above the age of 16. Tier 4. The children's student visa is required for younger students, Tier 4. Student visa applications must be submitted online. Students must apply for a visa at least 3 months prior to the commencement of their study. Before they can apply, students must have obtained an unconditional offer of admission from a licensed Tier 4 sponsor. From the 5th of October 2020, the student route has replaced the Tier 4 route. The student route falls under the UK's new points-based immigration system. Documents required for general student visa, Tier 4. Students need to submit a series of supporting documents as part of their online student visa application. In general, students need the following documents: a current passport or other valid travel documentation, confirmation of acceptance for studies, CAS, biometrics information, proof of knowledge of English, proof that they can pay the tuition and support themselves and any other family members traveling with them, proof of parental or other legal guardian consent if the student is under 18, proof of student's relationship with the said parent or guardian if they are under 18, tuberculosis test results if the student is coming from one of the countries where you need a TB test to enter the UK, immigration healthcare surcharge fee. Education providers will send students a reference number called a Confirmation of Acceptance for Studies, CAS, with the offer of admission. Students will need to provide this number on their student visa applications. Biometric information. When a student files a visa application, they will be requested to schedule an appointment at a visa application facility to give biometric data, fingerprints and a photo. The student will be able to receive their biometric residence permit after they arrive in the UK, BRP. BRP is a legal document that includes the student's name, date, and place of birth, as well as biometric information, immigration status, and terms of stay, and whether or not the student is eligible for any public services or benefits, such as healthcare. Students' visa decision letters will indicate where they can pick up the BRP, and when it must be picked up by. Knowledge of English. When applying for a student visa in the United Kingdom, the government requires students to have a particular level of English language proficiency. The English language requirements for a student visa may differ from those required for entrance to the targeted course. Bypassing a government-approved Secure English Language Exam, SELT, is one means for students to verify their English proficiency, although it is not always needed. Higher education institutions, HEIS, may typically assess a student's language skills based on the credentials they present during the admissions process, obviating the need for a SELT. Financial capacity. Students must demonstrate that they will have sufficient funds to pay the costs of their journey and stay in the United Kingdom. This covers travel expenditures, course fees, housing expenses, and any other school-related expenses and levies. Students must have enough money to cover their first year of study, or the full course if it is less than a year. If the student is traveling with a partner or dependents, they must have sufficient funds to support their family's expenditures. Students can show their financial capacity to support themselves and their families, if applicable, by submitting copies of their bank accounts, information about any loans they are taking out, and information about any scholarships they have received. Students' monthly living expenditures will vary depending on where they will be studying in the UK, as the cost of living in London is substantially greater. The UK government determined the cost of living in October 2019 to be £1,265 per month for students studying in London for the majority of their study, more than 50% of your study time, £1,015 per month for students studying outside London or anywhere else in the UK for the majority of their study, more than 50% of your study time. Costs may vary over time. Before applying for a general student visa, we recommend checking the UK government's website. Healthcare surcharge. Students will be required to pay the Immigration Health Surcharge, IHS, for themselves and anybody traveling with them as part of their visa application expenses. The IHS contributes to the funding of the UK healthcare system and provides free healthcare to students while they are studying in the UK. This implies that students will not be charged to attend a doctor's office, a healthcare facility, or a hospital. They may be required to pay for dental and optical therapy, as well as any medication given by a physician. Length of stay. The student visa is usually provided for the whole duration of study. Students can come to the UK up to 1 month before the start of a 6-month study and stay for up to 4 months after the course ends. From the 1st of July 2021, international students who have successfully completed an undergraduate or master's degree will be able to benefit from 2 years' work experience in the UK upon graduation, through the new graduate route. Students who complete their PhD will be able to stay for 3 years. The graduate route will require a new visa application, which will only be possible from inside the UK. If students opt to enroll in another course after finishing their present one, they can petition to have their visa extended. If they find a job before their student visa expires, they can also apply for work-related visas. Visa processing time. Within 3 weeks of attending the biometric session at the visa application facility, visa decisions are usually made. Traveling with family. Students who are sponsored by a higher education institution and are enrolled in a level 7 or higher degree that lasts 9 months or longer can apply to bring their dependent family members to the UK. A dependent is either the student's husband, wife, or civil partner, the student's unmarried or same-sex partner, the student's child under 18 years old, including if they were born in the UK during your stay. Even if you are qualified for free care under the NHS in the United Kingdom, you may choose to purchase private insurance. Your insurance may provide you with access to private medical care, which usually entails far shorter wait times than NHS treatment, as well as assistance with additional medical expenses such as lost fees if you are unable to complete your course, costs of returning home if a relative is ill, costs of a relative visiting the UK if you fall ill, cost of returning to your home country for treatment. If you already have medical insurance in your home country, you should check if they can also cover your stay in the UK. Contents insurance. Contents insurance protects your personal property, such as furniture, clothing, and appliances, and is particularly useful if you have precious goods that would be difficult to replace if lost or stolen. Travel insurance. If you want to travel outside of the UK while studying, you need to get travel insurance, just like you would if you were traveling abroad from your home country. Remember that you'll require insurance that's designed for overseas students rather than UK residents.